is two teams sitting as two of the best offenses in the NFL, also some of the best defenses that we have seen here. Certainly expect fireworks, and in a big way, both of these teams thinking about home field advantage when the postseason rolls. All right, Pep, I'm not just saying this because the standings will make the argument for us. These are the two best teams in the NFL. It doesn't matter if it's offense or defense. Top basically in almost every major statistical category. I know we're all excited about this game, but if you were coaching in this one, what would keep you up at night?
I'll tell you, both of these defenses, are literally one or two of the best in the league in the categories that matter the most. We're talking about a San Francisco defense that leads the league in takeaways. I think they have, for sure, double-digit interceptions up until this point, as well as they have a way of affecting the quarterback. And that doesn't mean that you're always going to sack the quarterback, but the pressure that they create on the quarterback causes quarterbacks to get off schedule and uncomfortable and put the ball in harm's way. And they've been able to capitalize when given those opportunities to make plays in the secondary. They have one of the best secondaries in the league, and that's a testament to Coach Steve Wilks and his background in coaching the secondary.
You're telling me about the defenses clearly, and yet both of these quarterbacks, 1 and 2 in terms of that MVP vote. How special are the seasons that Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson are having right now?
Well, both of these quarterbacks are arguably two of the best, of course, on paper. Just statistically, they're playing good football. But I think the X factor for Lamar Jackson specifically is his ability to be a chameleon, just to be able to make plays from the pocket, to be able to solve problems with his legs. And it goes understated, just how good he is at making the right decisions at the right time. And today, he's going to have to wear his cape for his team to have a chance of winning on the road in a tough environment against a really good San Francisco 49ers defense.
Lamar Jackson, certainly the huge throws, and we've seen some of them over the course of his career, but consistently getting it done. And keep in mind, we know how dangerous he is with his legs, Pep. San Francisco allowed 234 rushing yards a week ago, so maybe there's an opening for this Ravens team to get this done on the road. We'll have more on this matchup, including Pep. You're making your game pick, the official game pick, a little bit later in this hour. Meanwhile, the NFL Fan of the Year contest, it is presented by Captain Morgan, and it is back, and we can actually love it up for Carolina Panthers Fan of the Year, Cameron Pearson. Ever since he was a little boy, Cameron's love for the game has been evident through the ways his eyes light up watching his football heroes take the field. And that love has only grown with age. This past summer, Cameron, he chose to spend a vacation at the Panthers training camp in Spartanburg, South Carolina. His unwavering love of the game has made him a trusted confidant for his friends and family to turn to for his insights and his predictions. And to learn more about all 32 nominees and vote for your favorite, you can visit NFL.com/Fan of the Year. Game day kickoff. I'm Mike Yam. Merry Christmas. I hope Santa was good to everyone out there. And actually, early Christmas gifts for a lot of teams playing on Christmas Eve yesterday, punching their tickets into postseason play. And yes, there's some teams today thinking about the playoffs because there is actually a lot to play for in a triple header worth of action. Coming up in about an hour, got Raiders and Chiefs. Now, with the win against the Raiders, Kansas City will clinch the AFC West. The Raiders would be eliminated from playoff contention. We got plenty of news on the Giants and Eagles coming up. And, of course, the huge matchup, Ravens and Niners, will close out our triple header action, and we will cover all of those games today. Time for headlines, though, presented by Lexus. With their win over the Vikings on Sunday, check it out. Detroit fans rejoicing. They've clinched their first division title in 30 years. It's the first time they've won the division since realignment created the NFC North back in 2002. Boy, it has been a long time for that fan base. Meanwhile, Miami also booked its ticket to postseason play yesterday by beating the Cowboys on a last-second Jason Myers field goal. We'll bring you the highlights from both of those matchups a little bit later in this hour. And yes, Tyreek will make an appearance in those highlights. And the Giants got some good news today, reported this morning by our very own Mike Garafolo. After missing most of the week of practice, defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence expected to play today, but Mike G tells us he may be on a pitch count. We'll check in with Garafolo in Philly in just a little bit. All right, with that, we take a closer look at the inactives. Raiders and Chiefs today. Certainly a little bit of surprise for me. I know Josh Jacobs was questionable heading in, but we just got word out with a quad/illness. Jonathan Smith, the tackle, out with a neck injury. Jerick McKinnon also on IR, but the good news about Isaiah Pacheco expected to give it a go. With that, we welcome in my guy, Pep Hamilton, ready to rock with us. Pep, all right, best gift under the tree for you this morning was what?
Oh, real easy. This tie that I'm wearing.
Yes.
Santa was good to me today.
I like it. I haven't opened any gifts. I was out early this morning. I didn't. There was no coal in the stocking for me, though. All right, as I made reference to, coming up in about an hour's time, we got Raiders and Chiefs. This is a Kansas City team that's lost 3 of their last 5. You actually were telling me you feel like the Raiders could keep this thing close. Why?
Well, I think, just for good reason. I mean, the Raiders are playing as hard as we've seen them play all season long. Coach Pierce has really gotten this group to somewhat galvanize and come together and fight for 60 minutes. And, they have one of the best pass rushers in the league, and we know that Crosby is a game wrecker. He can have an effect on this game early and often, and it's a division game. They're going to play hard. Their families are watching for the holidays. They're going to be fired up and ready to go, and I don't think that this game will get out of hand early. I think it'll be a competitive game, and it'll be fun for America to watch.
I think all the fans want to see a close football game being played today. Maybe not fans inside that stadium who are looking for this team to clinch another division crown. Once again, we got plenty on this matchup as we continue to get our coverage of this matchup. We head to Kansas City and actually have to say a quick little hello to Jeffrey Shadia. Yes. All right, here we go. Just wanted to double check and making sure we were good in Arrowhead, and we are. So what's Patrick Mahomes? Jeffrey, by the way, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you. What's Mahomes saying about the confidence level of his receivers going into this game? Because there's obviously been some consistency issues in terms of drops.
Yeah, Mike, he's feeling pretty good about where they're at. He talked about their confidence level still being high, watches them in practice, sees they're having fun, knows they're working hard. And he talked about he's just going to keep firing to these guys. A few weeks ago, coming off the bye, Andy Reid told him you have to trust these guys, you have to believe in them. He wants to keep doing that, and he knows that a guy like Rashee Rice, a rookie who's been coming on, has been doing a great job for him. He loves the way he's developed, loves his maturity, his explosiveness. Look for Rashee Rice to play a big part in this game today.
Yeah, it's kind of felt like those two have been on the same page for the last couple weeks or so. We showed him at the top of the hour here. Max Crosby, we know how much of a game wrecker he can be. How much of a challenge is this for this Kansas City offensive line?
Well, offensive line coach Andy Heck said he's one of the most disruptive players in the game. Matt Nagy talked about just how he watched this guy come into the league as a smaller player, put on weight, and now has become a big rival for Patrick Mahomes. So they know he's going to be coming in this game. The first time these two teams played, he had a knee injury and wasn't himself, couldn't have the same impact, but he's going to have a chance to go against a rookie left tackle in Wanye Morris. And Jawan Taylor, the right tackle, leads the league in penalties. So Max Crosby could be licking his chops today, hoping to have a huge impact himself.
Yeah, fans in Vegas are saying, let's bring it, Max. Jeff, stay warm, man. I know you're going to be with us a little bit later in this hour as we continue to get everyone set for game 1 of a Christmas triple header in Kansas City as they host the Raiders. All right, taking a closer look at the AFC playoff picture. All right, you see what the Ravens are sitting at, 11-3 right now. They obviously have clinched their playoff berth. We saw Miami do the same exact thing. It's certainly a huge matchup tonight as the Ravens will match up against the San Francisco 49ers. A Niners team, by the way, also